hello everyone, and so we have a little bit of a change up in lineup as well. We initially had some of the Area 51 pro gamers that were helping us out and captaining some of the teams. They are tied up in a CSGO tournament at the moment, so it is going to be our own Ron Chikartzi, actually one of the best players in North America, going to step in now. He's shaking his head no, but he knows that really helps his ego right there for me to just have said that, so it's for the best.
As far as I'm concerned, all you need to win a pro gaming tournament is ego.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Well, he has plenty of that to go around, and now he's going to be filling in and trying to take out another member of ESP, actually. It's going to be gillz stepping in, one of XP3's teammates, and a guy who's shown a consistently strong laser throughout this whole weekend.
That's so very important, especially with the attacking rounds. It's been slim pickings, actually, through the last series. We saw ESP XP3 with an incredible performance there. And if you get one up on that, and then you essentially just play safe, and you trade rounds, then you can pick up the win.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And, you know, it was weird because I watched, you know, the tournament, the first tournament you had casted back at E3. I've been watching some of the European tournaments that have been happening. And slowly but surely, we're getting into a more defensive game. At first, everyone's like, we've got 3 people here. Let's just rush out and kill them all. But as people have gotten more confident with that laser, we've started to see that teams have been forced to play a bit more defensive.
Yeah, it's still possible to actually make that work. I've seen defensive strategies work very well, but I've also seen that aggressive defense, the hunter strategy work. It depends on the map, really. There are some maps where it works much better, where you try and lure the attacker into a narrow corridor where rockets are much more effective, for instance. Of course, you'll start firing rockets immediately as suppressing fire to try and drive the attacker in a different direction. But it can be very risky because you leave the goal open and he can be picked up one by one.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and we've seen the strength of the lasers that have been recently. And if even an attacker gets just a little bit too far out there, or a defender gets a little too far out there, they're usually pissed off right away by our attackers. So everyone is going to get started up. Just to remind everyone, the finals aren't going to be delayed. They're not played at a later date. They will be right after this second semifinal is done. So I'm sure David, XP3, sitting back there and waiting, hoping for a chance at that $500 first prize.
Yes, indeed. Just waiting for a couple of extra players to get in here. 2-on-2 is not that entertaining.
No, not as much. Not as much. Makes that attacker just that much more powerful. This is actually, we saw Nitro Guy on the last in the last set playing for XP3's team. He will be in the finals. He actually did make this map. This is the one that won the PAX contest, and he actually made it out here as a result to the event. So we'll take a look at the overhead view here, and as you can see, a lot of very sneaky paths you can take, but we've seen the best players have been able to take advantage of this high ground to be able to pick off defenders one by one.
Yeah, and the defenders will more often than not actually use the grates there. Something we haven't mentioned for new players, these grills, these kind of wire fences, you can very easily see through them, but you can't shoot through them. As much as you would like to say that you can rail through that, no, you can't do that. But it is very useful for spotting, and also you can dodge in and out, use that as cover, but still be completely aware of where your opponent is.
And yeah, it's important you say that because the matches that we've actually seen on this so far, the best defenders have actually usually taken one defender, put him here, one defender, put him here, and they kept one back around towards the point just to make sure they could overall spot all attack paths that were happening. So as we can see, our producer Ron, actually Darkrabbi, is making his way in, like we said, as a substitution for Area 51 Gaming's Pinecone, and going to make his debut in money tournaments. He's shaking his head there. Yes, he's ready. He's in the zone.
Oh my. I wouldn't want to disparage one of our contestants, but this could get ugly.
That's absolutely right. If he manages to land a successful attack round, fear not, he will yell so that the entire convention can hear him. So, all right. Well, we're just waiting on one more player now. Looks like we're waiting on gillz to jump in, but everyone else is pretty well set up for the time being, and not sure if they want to play on this map or if they want to go back to some of the more established competition matches. They certainly have the opportunity to vote skip if they want, and apparently Darkrabbi accidentally clicked auto team balance, which I don't think that's what he meant to do.
No, that's not really what you do in competitive play, honestly. It's not ideal. But I'm just waiting for gillz to actually be able to get into the game. It should be happening fairly shortly.
That's right, that's right. Well, thanks very much for coming out and joining us, by the way.
Always fun.
Pleasure having you here, and really enjoying seeing ShootMania on a big stage like this as well. Hopefully we'll be seeing it much more in the future as we continue to work with them. I'm certainly excited about the prospects of another FPS shooter, that's a little redundant, FPS esport, I should say.
I love those first-person shooters.
I know, they're great. Wonderful games, I tell you.
My favorite kind of first-person shooter.
Yeah, of course. Just the double shooter. I mean, this does a manic state of shooting, this game, so I think it will qualify as a double shooter.
Absolutely. I don't see why not. We'll go with that. That's an official designation now. We're sticking to it.
I'm okay with that. So, all right. Well, looks like gillz just making sure that he gets all of his. Now, of course, the pro players, of course, wants to make sure that they have all of their settings correct. So he's making sure that he has all of his drivers loaded. And looks like he has indeed just joined the server. That's why there was one little pause there, the little jump as he did jump in. And there he is. Okay, so we're going to move to the next map here, and we're going to see what that is. Like we said, we did have the introduction of a lot of user-created maps this go-around. They are starting to see a little bit of professional time, but it looks like we're going to fall back on Leap of Faith, a very tried-and-true competitive map.
All right, well, Warm's going to be starting. We'll see how long they decide to hang around. Probably not too long. Always good to at least get a little bit of a feel for the map first, make sure all your settings are where they need to be. Practice a couple of rails here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go ahead and introduce this map for those of you who haven't seen it before. So the capture point is actually kind of interesting because there's an easily accessible jump pad here that lets you get on top of the capture point. So usually defenders will post up someone around that capture point, whether it's on top or just on this pad here. As you can see Sean demonstrating nicely for us how you can get up there. Let's take a look at his view. Okay, well, maybe we shouldn't have taken a look at his view. I'm a little bit sick now.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to vomit in the corner. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much, Sean. We appreciate that. But, of course, you can spot attackers very, very easily from there.
All right, well, warm-up is commencing. Should be ready shortly. It's currently a 4-on-2, which turns out is not ideal.
No.
Yeah, it appears that we may have Darkrabbi on the wrong team at the moment.
Yes, we do. So, looks like he is going to switch. He has just. He gave us the nod of approval as he realizes that things are good to go, and the countdown will start here momentarily.
The absolute last thing that Red Team wants is their pro sniper put on the wrong team.
That's absolutely right. And that 4-on-2 never works out the best for the defenders. Okay, so there's the countdown should be starting here momentarily. As soon as gillz team is ready, if they can all F6 and get readied up, that is the blue team, then we should be able to start things here in just a minute.
Indeed we will, and this is going to be quite the matchup. Looking forward to seeing actually another ESP player perform on the blue team.
All right, so this is, of course, a semifinal, guys, for our tournament. What we decided to do is we picked 8 teams that actually came as a result of pro players captaining these, and then you, the fans, actually jumping in and playing alongside them. And we are down to our last semifinal. As, of course, a winner-take-all $500 first prize, and gillz is going to be our first attacker.
Yep, that's not entirely surprising. You often see the pro players actually lead the charge. It gives them usually more chances on the attack and actually to set the pace. Darkrabbi going to aggressively push forward down the right there, and as you can see, one of the players up to the top, shielded quite nicely by those drills. No visibility, but oh, nice start. gillz throws it down right there, and Sean a second one. Emo Penguin, it's Darkrabbi, the pro sniper right here, versus ESP gillz.
It is all down to Ron now, just a one-on-one, but of course, don't forget, the defenders only get 1 hit point. The attackers get 3, so it's going to require 3 rockets for Ron to be able to take this one. So gillz jumping around the top here, not really sure where Ron's at. Let's take a look at the overhead view. Looks like they're just missing each other for now.
Oh my, this is starting to get a little bit awkward. He's going to take the jump right onto there, and he grabs the capture without too much of a problem. Unfortunately, Darkrabbi not quite able to force him off the pad.
No, but he is now going to attack, so we'll see if he has what it takes to hang with the professional players. He was boasting before that he is better than all but one player here in the room. I'm just throwing that out there, so we're going to see if that's a fact or not.
Well, indeed we will, and if it is not, then he will be ripped forevermore. That's how it's going to be. All right, Darkrabbi missing his first rail shot right there, looking to try and get a connection on one of the defenders. Not able to do that, and boosts himself up to the side right there, and a nice air rocket predicted there by Godmac going in once again. Darkrabbi missed yet another rail. He's now being flanked from all sides. This is looking ugly.
Yeah, he's trying to make his way around to the back, misses that laser as well, boosting himself up. Now, of course, when Joshy's playing and jumps up here, he likes to do what's called the Sutherland swoop and just drop down when the capture point is actually capturable. Yeah, round of applause out there by Joshy for the Sutherland swoop. Oh, and Ron goes down, a 2-0 advantage for blue. Now, of course, Ron would claim that he just hasn't found his rail yet, but from here on out, he'll be solid.
Well, he hasn't found a single rail yet, unfortunately. Let's see if he's able to find it. Maybe it's under the couch. We don't know. But whatever the case, Kraken is now being unleashed.
Oh, boy. He has been released, so to speak. But we'll see now if he can actually get anything done. Blue off to a very good start. We often like to draw the comparison that it's a lot like breaking serve in tennis, meaning that defenders are usually at the advantage, and if you can land an attacking round, you get that critical advantage you need to win by 2, as you do need to win by 2 in order to take home a map.
They do. Kraken's always taking a significant amount of damage. The second one coming in, and the third one, that was an aggressive push right there from Team Red. And, you know, we were talking about the defensive game kind of becoming the meta, but it's still, you can still make that work.
Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can, especially if you know that a lot of times people will do that when they know it's not the professional player on the team, maybe has a little bit weaker laser.
Just rush him down.
Exactly, and it looks like it worked out pretty well there.
All right, the Emo Penguin is now depressingly making his way down the center. I have to wonder if he'll just give up and cry in a corner. We'll find out.
Well, thus far, he's very indecisive, as the overly emotional tend to be. So we'll see if this Penguin can get anything done, though.
He really, really hates that wall.
Sporting a French flag, but using the region Canada there, so a little bit of an identity crisis as well.
Could be from Quebec.
Ah, well played, well played. So Emo Penguin rolling his way up, hasn't been able to land a laser, but then again, Red Team hasn't been able to get anything done either, but there's 2 shots from gillz, one more coming down from Nodmac.
Yow, yeah, gillz going for the hunt right there, and rightfully so, and picking off who he seems to believe is a weaker player, and was able to do that very nicely. Nodmac now on the attack, 3 rounds in fact to 1 already for the blue team.
That's right, and drawing it back to that metaphor we were talking about with tennis, it's really up to the Red Team to land an attack round. That's what's going to be able to get them back into us. They absolutely need one, so we'll see if they can get one here soon. Oh, very close there to a couple of shots. Sean being very aggressive here. Rightfully so, by the looks of it.
Nodmac not able to connect, and that was a massacre. As Sean on 1, not 2, but 3 direct hits.
Well done by Sean, and that actually gives him 4 defensive rockets. He is really, really leading his team in that regard.
No question about that, but can he win the attacking round? That's perhaps the most important. Rocket launcher, very nice, but can you deal with 3-on-1? We're about to find out.
Okay, well, like we said before, Red really needs an attack round to get back into this, and Sean leading his way up the side here. Hasn't seen any defenders quite yet. Those spam rockets still hitting, but now a defender has a good read on it.
Oh, yes, he does. And oh, gillz coming in from the tunnel. A nice little snipe off right there. Second rocket comes on, misses. Just barely. Sean out in the open, very exposed. Rockin once again putting down suppressive fire. Here comes Nodmac coming in nice and close. Sean looking to outflank.
Sean not able to get too much done, though. Oh, he's a bit indecisive, and unfortunately takes the last rocket from the Kraken. And Sean has gone down, 4-2 advantage for blue.
Yeah, this is looking ugly right now for Red, I've got to say. And gillz is on the attack once again. Oh, man, can we even see a defensive round taken here by Red Team?
We know how strong his laser can be, so we'll actually follow him the whole way up in case he's able to land a very, very long-range laser here to start things off.
Well, an aggressive play coming in once again. Emo Penguin actually knocking gillz all the way back off there, and these guys going for it.
All right, 2 shots already landed by Darkrabbi, trying to get the third. gillz actually pushed off the point quite a bit, and a little bit of disarray here.
Darkrabbi jumps over and picks up a third. Sean gets it, and that was a good way to actually rush down the pro player and put him in a position where his rail isn't actually all that advantageous.
And it's up to Darkrabbi now. We'll see what he can do on the attack, building his way out, and pretty good defensive position being set up once again by blue team. Darkrabbi avoiding most of those rockets right off of the start, and oh, gillz is pushed up really far.
Hello, and Darkrabbi managed to make his way around the grills right there, so he at least gets a little bit of views. Unfortunately, he stopped his momentum there. Oh, very nice pickup there to start off there by Darkrabbi. gillz with a rocket coming in. Nodmac is now down, and it's 2 armor points versus 2 players. Looks to try and get the rail, isn't able to do so. 15 seconds before the cap.
15 seconds, 2 armors. No, 2 armors just as 1 defender now. So it's gillz on Darkrabbi, and we'll see if he can take a decent spot here.
He's airborne. He's airborne. He's going to drop down again, and didn't quite time that correctly. gillz with a missed rocket, however. Can he make his way on the pad? 15 seconds now to make it happen.
The goal can be captured. A little bit of a prediction laser there, trying to anticipate where his opponent's going to be at. Going to play ring around the rosy. Can't get it. gillz landing 2 more rockets. 5-3 advantage for blue.
Oh, that was so very close there for Darkrabbi. Incredible performance. I feel if he dropped down just a couple of seconds later and actually gone for the direct landing on the goal, he would have been able to pull that off, but not quite. Now 5 rounds to 3. Match point coming in right here for blue team.
Okay, Kraken on the attack. Oh, whoa! Just landed in 84-meter rail, and I am no longer going to look at anything else other than his vision to see if he does something equally as impressive.
It could have been blind luck. We'll find out. Sean is now dodging around, and Kraken taking a hit, but not so good start. And this is a terrible spot to be in. It's a crossfire. It's very ugly indeed. And now he's going to have to deal with Sean around the corner.
And already down to just one armor. Sean being very, very aggressive here, but it looks like Kraken has a little bit of weakness in short-range rifles. Clearly pretty adept at the long-range laser, but didn't know what to do there, and Sean able to bring it home.
All right, 5 games to 4. Blue could actually take this right now, and it is going to be up to them to see if they can pull it off. Okay, here we go. Emo Penguin is now on the attack. If he loses this, then Blue will go on.
Okay, so let's take a look at things. Oh, very close shot there.
Dicey.
Yeah, Emo Penguin almost taking one of those spam rockets off the start.
Emo Penguin once again playing very cautiously, very indecisively. Can be a bit of a problem. However, he's able to stay out of sight. The tunnel could be an option.
Could very well be, but there could also be a defender lurking in there as well. With that nucleus, whenever defenders do step inside of a tunnel, they gain access. Then there we go to that that big AoE splash nucleus.
Yep, that gets very messy indeed. Emo Penguin now making his way around. Looks like he hasn't quite sorted as of yet. Nice shot on the Kraken. All right, so Kraken down, and it looks like the second thing on gillz. No armor points taken off as of yet, but he's still now got 15 seconds. One rocket connects. gillz with the second. He takes the 30 beam flanked by Nodmac, and there it is. And Blue picks it up for this particular map.
They are going to take the map, and only one map away actually from an all-ESP finals here, as XP3 has already made it through. We're going to move to the next map here in just a second, but look at that. Very defensive match, just one lone attack round taken by ESP gillz. Definitely the MVP of that match with 8 defensive points gained for him as well.
Don't think there's really any doubt about that one. And let's see what match comes up next. I'm interested to see what map we'll be playing on here.
High ground. So this is actually a very cool map. We'll take a look here as our players start to spread out. So you see here that they've got a couple of jumps that get them into the main field of play. And if you actually take a look as our players move up here slowly but surely. Let's see. There we are. Okay, so you can see this high ground out here in the back. The attack point is actually on one such of those high grounds, so it's pretty difficult to assault, but the defenders are pretty exposed from long-range rails. And we're just going to go ahead and skip the map.
Well, never mind then.
Well, that's a description to a map we're not going to play. Hope you all enjoyed that.
I was thoroughly thrilled.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate the support, because now I just feel foolish. Okay, so it looks like this is Helios here, and already skipped. I won't even bother with a description of that one.
No, we don't like Helios, apparently. It's just a silly place.
Yes, yeah, we'll find a map that we do enjoy here. Are we good with Green Valley? I'm looking over expectantly. No, Darkrabbi is shaking his head once again. And we already skipped that one too. Now the real question, I think the real game here is when will we actually find a map? I'm going to put the over-under at 5 vote skips.
All right, we can certainly go for that. I would take that bet. Well, that's 4 maps down, only 19,996 to go.
Well, he's going to take this one, so it is going to be Fortress, so we'll explain this one as our players move out here and they get readied up. So everyone has to attack through this path, though you can go the long way around the outside and try and establish some sort of high ground. There's one laser pad here that defenders can take advantage of, and with that zoom function, it becomes very powerful to try and pick off opponents. And this capture point, as you can see, is set in a lot of low ground, so it actually keeps defenders very exposed if they sit down here, but if they sit above on the high ground, which is a little bit easier to defend from, they can only look at 1 or 2 of the attack paths.
Yes, indeed, that is very, very true. All right, so let's see. These guys about ready to get started by the looks of it. Discussing strategy on both sides.
That's right, so if they can just go ahead and hit F6, then we'll be ready to go here momentarily. Looks like, there we go, Darkrabbi's team has all readied up. We're just waiting on gillz team once they get things going. Certainly don't want to rush them, just letting them know that casters are all ready to go. And we'll see if Darkrabbi and squad can take back a map here, defend the honor of IPL.
Well, it wasn't too bad around from Red. It was pretty difficult for them, but they picked up a few rounds here and there and some great kills. But we'll up the enough for them.
We'll certainly find out here. Looks like the minute-and-a-half countdown timer has started. Just Kraken needs to ready up. There we go. The final countdown has begun. And let's jump into map number 2.
All right, folks. Here we go.
Okay, so who is going to be on the attack first? It is going to be gillz once again. So take it away, sir.
All right, ESP gillz. Always good starter. put out your strongest player, and let's see what he's able to pull off on this map. So the approach, as you can see there, can be a little bit risky. You have to be somewhat sneaky, but there are many paths, so a stealth approach is possible. Or alternatively, you can just go for the straight-up rail and start and try and pick off one. Missing Darkrabbi just by a hair's breadth right there. Needs to try and make his way around there, but this gets a bit more dangerous for the attacker as a result of that. You want to go around the corner against the rocket launcher? I wouldn't, but a nice air rail right there. Good pick up. Darkrabbi is down, leaving only the Emo Penguin and Sean, and 2 points of life for ESP gillz. Emo Penguin taken out as well. It's just Sean versus ESP gillz, and he could actually just sit there and take it. He's going to go and rush down and takes the rocket, but it's trouble. That can be risky. Sean goes in for the kill right here. Incredibly risky sudden death play, and this actually forces gillz all the way back off. It's going to have to be... In fact, Sean can actually go and try and hide now, and it's probably a good idea to do that because he's going to make a risky rush. 8 seconds remaining for the catch. He can't make his way up there. gillz actually trapped on the terrain.
And gillz, it's just a couple of seconds left. He has to get on the capture point right now. Tries to do so. Does he have enough? No! 81%, and Red is going to take the first defensive round.
Oh, wow. Really nice play there by Sean to actually knock gillz and force him out of the play area. So he was forced to try and get around, wasn't able to do so. And smartly, he doesn't go for the rush down. It's like, oh, he's got 1 armor point. Let's go for it. That would be what an impetuous player would do. But no, he doesn't. He backs away and says, right, you've only got 8 seconds. You can't make this.
Darkrabbi has a really nice opportunity now to go ahead and put his team way up. As we mentioned, you want to take that attacking round. It's like breaking serve in tennis. It gives you the critical advantage you need, but a triple tap from Kraken. 3 direct rockets. Darkrabbi is not happy at all.
Well, as he clearly pointed out, he's better than every player in this tournament bar one. It turns out that player was Kraken.
So there we have it. Kraken with a very nice defense. He's now on the attack, though, so going to have to give a different look. Defensive rockets are a totally different beast than that offensive laser.
That is very, very true. We've seen some reasonably good shots from Kraken so far, and he's actually going to take a stealthy approach around here. Can be risky. If you get spotted, of course, then the defenders have a ridiculous high ground advantage, but a nice pick-up right there, and Sean is down. Kraken trying to make his way up there once again. He's got that nice chest-high wall, which is great for trying to snipe, and a Darkrabbi with a hit second connection knocks him off there, and Kraken in an ugly spot, and Emo Penguin with the finisher.
Really well done. That's 3 defensive rounds in a row, and they've kind of been taken in style so far. Very crazy ways to go about it. Sean on the attack now, and of course, any one of these players looking to give their team that critical advantage to be able to secure that 2 point, the 2 points advantage necessary needed to win the map.
Let's see how it turns out. All right, well, as you can see there, Nod Max view as he sends out 4 rockets. Funnily enough, a while ago, it's actually used to be 3.
Yeah, and you know, there are options in servers to configure how you want them as well. I've been in servers where you have very, very fast recharge times. The rocket almost becomes an automatic weapon of sorts, so a lot of customization options in this game.
Very true. Sean trying to make his way around, but ESP gillz with the connection rocket right there. Sean, this is a great position for him to be in, but it's not so great, of course, if he gets spotted by the entire enemy team. Makes the leap over, and it fails miserably.
So it is 2-2, 4 straight defensive rounds now, and it's going to be up to Nodmap to try and swing things in Blue's favor.
Can he pull it off? I guess we will find out very, very shortly.
Okay, we'll see if he can land any of these long-range lasers he is setting up for. Pretty much all of our attackers so far have been trying to pick off. Been a little bit greedy at the very beginning. Has an open shot on Sean, but can't land it.
Well, it's incredibly hard to do. This is not something where you can look down a sight and try and get an easy shot. No, it requires pixel-perfect precision. As you can see with the crosshair there, is designed to allow you to do just that.
Nodmax slowly making his way up, but there's already a very nice defensive position. That's something you just saw out of Sean right there. Because of how long the recharge time is on the laser, it's not a bad idea, once the laser's been shot out, to spam out a lot of rockets to be able to zone out the attacker.
That's absolutely true. It works just as well in this particular FPS as it does in fighting games. Emo Penguin now around the side. This is a fantastic position for the defenders to be in. They've got full visibility and yet great cover and defenses. Nodmac forced around and caught out by the Emo Penguin.
Yeah, Emo Penguin there standing alone on his hill of sadness, and he does manage to land the last couple of shots needed to give the round a red.
Indeed, he does. And then slips over in a puddle of his own tears, but never mind. All right, Emo Penguin is now on the run himself and taking a fairly aggressive approach up the center. Avoids the majority of those zoning rockets. He's going to make his way around here, dodge that as well. And if he can get a quick pick up on the side there, we might see a successful attacking round. That's really key to a lot of successful attacking rounds, is landing the early laser. And we just saw one from Emo Penguin. And so this forces the defenders to take a much, much farther back position to set up. Yeah, certainly, because they need to essentially ambush their opponent. gillz with a one connection, going to get another one. Emo Penguin looking to try and pick it off. Great position here, but Emo Penguin, wonderful! Wonderful shot there from him. And jumping up and taking him. And a triple kill! Emo Penguin gets the pickup. Unbelievable.
The Emo Penguin, maybe with a sense of happiness filling him for the first time in his life, but he has brought things out to a huge advantage for the red team.
Yes, he has indeed. Now gillz on the attack, needs to draw this equal. If he does not, that puts the red team in an almost unassailable position.
And so he's making his way up a little more aggressively than we saw him last time, but a great shot taking out Emo Penguin. Right away, follows it up with another one on Sean.
Oh my, Darkrabbi, it's all up to you. No pressure.
None at all. gillz swinging his way around the side. Darkrabbi nowhere to be seen. There we go. Wants to make sure that he can pop his opponent off of the cap a couple of times if need be. As you saw, gillz actually jumped up, gathered up speed so he could get around the side quicker and expose his opponent a little bit around the control point.
Darkrabbi currently defending pretty well, but he is up against gillz with a rail and 3 armor points. And now the 56 come in. The kill. There we go. gillz puts point back on the board right here for blue, but red still with the edge.
Still with an edge for now, and Darkrabbi can make that a 2-point lead if he can land this attacking round. So we'll see what sort of shots he wants to take out here. We'll take a look at his vision pretty much the entire way as he sets himself up.
Yep, he's going to dash initially, and obviously the zoning rockets will come around the center. You can take the risk of just making your way. This is the most direct route, of course, which is why those rockets are sent in that direction to prevent the attacking player from even making their way through. But Darkrabbi with a nice attack from the side right there, misses. If he'd hit that rail on Nodmac, that would have been great, but unfortunately not moving his way over the zoom pad. It's not going to be all that useful in that particular position. Nodmac once again going for the rockets. Darkrabbi missing rail up to rail here. This is looking grim.
Just getting a little bit rushed down at the moment, but there we go, finally landing a shot on Nodmac about 25 meters back, trying to swing his way around the side, but he was caught initially between crossfire of gillz and Kraken there for a bit.
He was indeed. Darkrabbi trying once again to make a run, but he doesn't know where the defenders are. This can be very risky. Ambush potential right here. We can't still see the defenders from that position. And a nice little high ground there, but Darkrabbi not able to get it. 8 seconds right now. Can he make it in? gillz right up the front right there. And oh, he almost gets the cap. And 64%. Almost there, but finished off there by gillz.
That's right. So we are all tied up once again. This map is coming down to the wire now. Kraken going to have to make things happen. We saw, though, the supporting cast for both sides outside of the pro players have been stepping up, especially Emo Penguin in a big way.
That's no question whatsoever. Kraken now is going to make it happen. Let's see what he can do. A couple of rails just sent out in that general direction against Darkrabbi. Do so aggressive. Sean comes in with the first connection.
Oh, but Kraken punishes him around the side, and 1 armor for 1 death of a defender is kind of an equitable trade on both sides, but still leaves you with an empty feeling.
It does indeed. The Emo Penguin, with his empty feeling, is able to hit Kraken once again, and now things start to get grim for blue. 2-on-1 here with great positions for the red team. They are exactly where they need to be. Misses the rail, loses momentum, and Emo Penguin with the finish.
There we have it. So 5-4 in favor of red. We are on the on map point, and it's up to Sean to see if he can take it home or if we're going to be sent to a 5-5 tie. Again, it is 1st to 6 points for any of these teams, but you have to win by 2. So occasionally you'll get very, very long rounds, some going up to like 15 to 13, 28 rounds in total.
It can certainly happen. Sean trying to take the snipe through the middle right there. Very difficult shot to make. If you can, it is wonderful and puts you in an incredibly advantageous position. There is that shot onto the ridge right there, but Kraken knows that his opponent's come in there, throws the rockets there, and then backs off, knowing that he's vulnerable. Doesn't want to get too close to that, jumping on the zoom pad right there, which is actually a little bit disorientating. You've got to watch out for that.
It is, especially because if you don't know, when you get on the zoom pad, you actually can't jump. You can only zoom with the jump key, so it can be used to your advantage, but there's certainly cons to jump on it as well.
Yes, indeed. And Sean's managed to evade every rocket so far, which has been an incredible performance, but can he actually sit on the goal point?
Well, he's making his way around the back, but gillz already suspected that that's where he was going to go. Misses the open shot on Kraken. Unfortunately, there's 2 quick hits from Nodmac. gillz finishes Sean off.
And there we go, all tied up on 5-5.
So, we are once again at that situation we were discussing before. We're all tied up. It is 1st to 6, but you have to win by 2, so we're going to be going for a while until someone can land a successful attacking round.
Yeah, we very well might. Here it is on the plate. Oh, 92 meters. Nodmac with the connection, and it very well might be the turning point of this game. We'll find out.
That is certainly a possibility. Nutmeg almost landing a second clutch laser as well. He's playing back very far, wants to see if he can pick off those easy shots without being under too much danger. You know, I'm surprised even the defenders are playing up as forward as they are, but it looks like they've gotten themselves back to a more defensive position. No, I'm a liar. Emo Penguin's off, caught to the corner.
Yes, he is. Nutmeg now making his way up there, and Sean is in a really awkward spot. He could be sniped off, but they both could be. And Rocket's actually hitting the... Thankfully, I don't believe there's any friendly fire on this. No. A couple of shots into his friend's back, but not going to be enough. Oh, he's going to make the run. Can he actually land it? No, he cannot. 27% on the cap there. Trying to burn out the rockets as much as he can, and then going for the dive, but doesn't quite get it. All right, Emo Penguin could actually take this right here for the red team. That's
right. He is the lone successful attacker for red at the moment because red team was actually on the defense first, and they got that first initial point. They are essentially going to be on map point if we keep evening out defense rounds for quite a while.
All right, Emo Penguin trying to take the long-range rail, not able to do so. And we're going to move up the left flank once again, avoiding that middle death trap.
Okay, so swinging his way around the side now. We'll see if anyone's able to kind of triangulate his position. A lot of players have tried to move up here, but they've all paid for it. Looks like Emo Penguin going to be able to get out of the way of the rockets and inevitably headed his way.
Yep, good use of the wire fence right there, so that he can spot what's coming in and then try to make the accurate rail shot. Nutmeg is managing to evade rail after rail here very impressively. Either that or Emo Penguin just can't aim one way or the other, but he's making his way now up to the left, and unfortunately, with only 12 seconds left, this is going to be difficult.
That's right, 10 seconds left now. It takes about 2 seconds to actually successfully capture the point, and all the defenders are there waiting. Misses another rail, and unfortunately, that's going to be all tied 6-6.
Yes, indeed, it will be. Very nice defense there. And Emo Penguin, unfortunately, not quite able to connect, and now gillz gets an attacking round. This could work out really well here for Blue. We might see that ESP final.
Okay, let's follow him for the whole way up now as he tries to set his position up. For that long-range rail and almost got it. Darkrabbi in the same spot that he was picked off on last go-around, but thankfully not punished for it this time.
Yeah, ESP gillz gonna make his way up there. Very passive. I cannot believe that miss. That was so close. ESP gillz not able to make the connection. He misses another one, and this is not the kind of composure that we expect, honestly, from gillz. And Shaw gets hyper-aggressive, goes from the side, and looks like they're going in for the kill right now. Darkrabbi with the second connection, and can he finish it off?
I noticed Darkrabbi has been doing this against gillz quite a bit, maybe sensing a little bit of weakness there from those close-range rifles, but oh, Sean was caught out in the open, but not punished by gillz.
Oh my, here we go, 15 seconds right now to Darkrabbi make that final connection. It doesn't matter, Sean gets it, and now match point for the red team.
All right, so it's going to be a while before gillz can come back up again, and that is a little bit of a worry for Team Blue. They really need to get through the next couple of defense rounds. It's now Darkrabbi on the attack with the ability to close things out for red.
Let's see if it can happen. All right, Darkrabbi, can you do it? Can you prove your boast once again? As long as Kraken perhaps falls over into a pit or something along those lines. We'll find out. All right, so Kraken comes in with the defensive rockets. He's in a very open area. This is actually a really good place to be as the attacker because the chance of getting hit by a rocket, fairly slim.
Yes, and if anyone decides to peek, you can take a pretty easy laser shot, but of course the defender's playing very smart, saying, all right, well, if you're not going to show your head, just you have to come to us.
Yep, you really, really do. So they're going to stay behind cover, make sure that position doesn't help at all. Darkrabbi makes the run. Okay, 5 seconds left. He needs to stay out of sight. He's been spotted already, and Nutmeg getting aggressive. One rocket hit goes in, misses another rail, and if he can make this, it will be a Christmas miracle. He's going to go for it.
Okay, so just 12 seconds left, and he jumps off the side. He doesn't have enough time to get back up, unfortunately, and that is going to be the end of that round.
Oh, dear. Darkrabbi gets coal in his stocking this year, I'm afraid, and there you go. 7-7.
All right, so we have had the Josh giving a round of applause there to our players. A little bit of BM towards Ron, but I'm okay with that.
I think we're all okay with that.
Kraken making his way up right up the front, and we remember last time he was on the attack, he was able to take an incredibly long laser shot and make it stick. Sean peeking his head out there, just
don't do that.
Popping up and saying, hey, how's it going? Oh, wait.
Well, Kraken already eating a rocket here from Darkrabbi. Very nice start for him. Trying to take this then. That would be very nice for his team, but I don't know about it. He's already down to one arm point. Not even close.
Once again, it's map point going to red, and it is going to be Sean on the attack now. He's had moments where his laser's been on, but sometimes gets in a little bit of trouble when people have been rushing him down or he gets under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, it's a little bit inconsistent to say the least. So with this kind of pressure on, let's see if he can actually pull it off this time around. Currently, apparently seems to be going unspotted at this stage, which is a very nice position to be in. Using the great, gillz immediately pops back up, cracking with a couple of defensive rockets and just whipping past the head there.
Yeah, so Nutmeg around the side there just a bit, but gets back quickly to a little more defensive position. Now that everyone knows where he's at, that's where all the spam rockets are going. Oh, a very nice shot on Kraken, 40 meters away.
Yep, slaying the Kraken. Sean's going to make his way onto Nodmak right now, and this could be it. Sean might be able to take this here for the red team.
Okay, he still has all three of his armor. Scratch that, actually. gillz popping out with a great rocket there around the side.
Oh, wow. Nodmak getting him very, very close. Sean burning his boost bar. Try and get in there. And, okay, time to go. Can you make it work? No, you cannot. And only 3% on the capture.
3% capped. It does cap very quickly, but that means he basically got his pinky toe on it and before he was killed. So Nodmec on the attack. We'll see if he's able to start to bring things back. Of course, no real advantage for blue quite yet in this map.
No, they really have to take an attacking round to get this momentum and then just shut down with a solid defense, and then that will put them through 2-0 into the finals. But right now the red team is looking to make sure that doesn't happen and tie up the series 1 apiece. Nodmec taking a lower route this time around, which is nice and out of sight.
Yeah, and so far he's been able to evade any sort of detection, but we'll see if he's able to. When you do something like this, you have to land a quick laser because you're short on time and you're not going to be able to assault the point directly with 3 people right there. And oh, he's forced off again, down to just 1 armor.
Oh, this is going to be grim. He's got one chance, which is that jump pad, which is most likely going to result in horrible rocket fire going in his general direction, something like that.
Yeah, and Sean's able to close that out once again. An advantage for red. They're up 9-8. The Emo Penguin with a chance now to bring things home for Team Red.
Well, let's see if he can pull it off. I'd be impressed. He's landed quite a few reasonable shots so far. So we'll see if he can pick up the triple again. That would be wonderful. He pretty much puts Team in this position. 65-meter hit, and Emo Penguin comes right out of the gate swinging.
The happiest day of this sad Penguin's life, and now he continues to roll up, looking to find another. That was so close, just over the shoulder of gillz there.
Ooh, wow, yeah, grazing the ear by the looks of it. And Kraken and gillz on the defense right now, still 20 seconds left. Emo Penguin could be a bit of a predator here. He is close enough to the point not to have to worry too much.
Okay, well, Kraken was a bit exposed, but I haven't seen gillz in a while. I'm not sure how far back he's playing. There he is, off to the side, lands one of the rockets.
Oh, no, he's off the side, and suddenly Emo Penguin now with a time constraint. Needs to make his way around, and the defending team absolutely knows that. They have spotted him. They know exactly where he is. He's got 2 armor points left. He can make the run. He's got 1 more shot to make this work. Can he make it? Oh, Ariel! He's so close. He's silent!
He's stopped! He's stopped by blue, and we're tied up 9-9.
Oh, 90% on the capture, a fraction of a second, and gillz now with the attack. Can he turn this around here for blue? So close for Emo Penguin.
We have played a lot of rounds of this semifinal as it is, and ladies and gentlemen, we keep on rolling. gillz with a great 62-meter hit. Unbelievable to start things off.
All right, now gillz can play the Predator once again, trying to pick off yet another. And if he can on 3 armor points, the chances are he'll be able to get the cap. But around comes the Emo Penguin, takes up 1 armor point. Emo Penguin down, and right now it is just Darkrabbi in between gillz and that capture.
2 armor points remaining, though, so it's going to be difficult for Darkrabbi. He needs to land 2 rockets in quick succession. Oh, but it doesn't matter! There's the shot from gillz, and it is all down to Darkrabbi. He needs to take this attacking round, or red will not be advancing to the finals.
Once again, no pressure on. Okay, let's see how this one turns out for him. And that was a beautiful, beautiful round there for gillz. He brings the clutch play out when it is needed.
Okay, so Darkrabbi posting up now for some long-range laser action, but no one is giving him anything. Kraken was just a bit far out there at the end. Darkrabbi misses the shot, and he has to swing back around.
Uh-oh, this is not looking good to start with, honestly. He is in a bad position, needs to get closer, and that can be risky. Currently going unspotted, so he might get an opportunity here.
Oh, gillz with a very nice rocket to start things off, so just 2 armors remaining. They're rushing him down, but he falls off the side.
Oh my, oh my. Okay, this is one last chance. He can make this work. He misses the rail on Crank. Oh dear, Nodmec in good position here. Oh, aerial hit. 1 last hit point remaining right here. 2-on-1. This is ugly. Misses the rails on gillz.
He needs to make his way back in right now. He has to assault the point, but it's damage.
gillz takes the hit.
knocks him out. And Blue is going to advance to the finals. We're going to have XP3's team going up against gillz team. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to start right now.
Yes, indeed it is. Oh, wow. This is going to be good. No question.
I am really looking forward to this one. This is going to be fantastic.